It's Jason Braswell, My Mind on Sports. We just got here at the Coolidge High School here for the nation's capital Hoops Classic. There's going to be 5 great games on docket today, and we just look forward to having a great day here in Washington, D.C.
Game 1 featured a matchup between Washington Lee, Virginia, and Westlake out of Maryland. Westlake got off to a great start, but Washington Lee refused to go down quietly. Westlake's Desi Wiseman and Dominique Espeleta provided a steady hand during Washington Lee's furious comeback attempt. For Washington Lee, they were paced by Alex Seff, seen here knocking down this 3 off a curl. Seff had 24 points, including going 6 of 10 from 3, like this one in transition. Seff's efforts weren't enough as Westlake held on to win 70-68. Our Jason Braswell caught up with Westlake's coach after the game.
We had a tough game last night against one of our rivalries. So by that being a tough game, I was worried about my players, their legs. But we came out pretty good the first quarter, and then we got lackadaisical, and we just let the team back in. And then once you let a team believe that they can play with you, then it comes down to the fourth quarter.
High Point from North Carolina made the trip up to D.C. for the tournament to take up Suitland in Game 2. Suitland was not only outplayed in this matchup, but they were severely outcoached. High Point was in control from start to finish. Joy McLean led High Point with 18 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 steal. McLean was MVP of the game, and our Jason Braswell caught up with them afterwards.
In the fourth quarter here, with 4 minutes left to go, you're shooting a free throw, and you hear a fan in the stand saying, "This is not your basket. This is not your basket." After the first make, you look at her. What was that about?
I mean, it's nothing. She's just making a lot of noise to distract us, but I'm used to that. So I just step up and make my free throws really, and I just tune it out.
Chester High School of Pennsylvania faced Capital Christian of Maryland in Game 3. Chester won the first quarter 13-9. After that, it was all Capital Christian. Marquise Reed led the way with 20 points, but sloppy play really hurt Capital Christian down the stretch. Then, to compound matters, Mahir Johnson went off. Outside of knocking down this 3, which put Chester within 1, Johnson went 13 of 25, 4 from 6 from 3. Capital Christian still had opportunities to put this game away, but they squandered them. Johnson was missing his backcourt mate, his partner in crime, Conrad Chambers, who only played 7 minutes this game, which added duties onto Mahir Johnson. He had to be the primary ball handler as well as the primary playmaker. Still, Johnson answered the bell again and again for Chester. Of his 38 points, this 3 was the most impressive, splitting the double team to put his team up 2. Chester outscored Capital Christian 39-16 in the fourth to win 78-72. MVP of the game went to Mahir Johnson. Jason Braswell caught up with them afterwards.
Just talk to us a little bit about, having to cope with your starting point guard, Conrad, sitting out most of this game.
I had to work hard, continue to keep pushing, staying low with the ball, running the offense, making sure that everything is nice and smooth. We got behind a little bit by like 15, but I just told my team just keep pushing. It was a lot of time left in the game, so we just kept working hard.
St. Andrews of Delaware took on Norfolk Collegiate in Game 4. St. Andrews won this one going away, powered by their outstanding duo of Miles Stevens and Ben Batil. St. Andrews had no issues. The duo combined for 37 points and 23 rebounds. Stevens with 18 and 8, Bentil had 19 points, 15 rebounds, along with 3 blocks. They spoke with Jason Braswell after the game.
Vin, you set the tone, obviously. Just how do you feel about Miles being back?
It's a great opportunity. He's one of our players that we count on. So I keep him as a little brother, and he pushes. We don't have a primary ball handler, so he's the one bringing it up. So it's kind of like the whole team was on him. So when he wasn't there, it was kind of frustrating. But now we have him back. It's a really big blow to us.
Clinton Christian versus Cape Henry ended up being the main event. It lived up to its billing. This was one heck of a game. Both teams did great. For Cape Henry, Iron Hutton led the way. Jimmy Page, Chris Clark, and Marcus Evans all also played huge roles. For Clinton Christian, young Asante Shivers was dominant in attacking all night long. J.D. John Davis had 30 points. Byron Hawkins and Devin Phillips all played a big role. The guard play for Cape Henry was phenomenal, but Clinton Christian was not to be outdone as Byron Hawkins hit the game-tying 3 to send this to its first overtime. The overtime periods were just as tight as the games. Neither team could gain enough separation to put it away. Marcus Evans with a great mid-range right there, and Chris Clark on his way to 15 points and 20 rebounds, including going 3 of 4 from beyond the arc. The free throw line turned out to be the deciding factor in this game. Iron Hutton tried to go for the win, but came up just short. The second overtime period started the same as the first, with Devin Phillips winning the jump ball. Asante Shivers got to every loose ball tonight, but the big-time shooting of Cape Henry was huge. Jimmy Page had a huge performance after Marcus Evans fouled out. Iron Hutton got the ball to Jimmy Page and he hit one of his 2 big threes of the night. The foul line once again hurt Clinton Christian as Shivers split from the line. Iron Hutton with the biggest drives of the second overtime period to put this game into the third overtime. Neither team wanted to lose, and it was impressive to watch the wheels of both these teams. Iron Hutton and Jimmy Page off the pick and pop. Page knocked down the second of the 2 big threes he hit in the extra periods, and Iron Hutton with a devastating floater. Hutton responded for Cape Henry after Evans went out with 27 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. Cape Henry got kind of sloppy with the ball. Clinton Christian did their best to capitalize. JD got to the basket, gets a layup through contact, and one. He hits his free throw. They get the ball back, and John Davis gets another tough bucket. The score is now 84-81, and Byron Hawkins gets fouled shooting a 3. A huge foul, but Hawkins goes 1 of 3 at the line, missing the first. Iron Hutton gets the chance to put it away, and he does just that. At the foul line, Clinton Christian went 24-43. Cape Henry, 17 of 24. The game was won right there. It was still a great game, but Cape Henry got the victory. Jason Braswell caught up with Iron Hutton and Jimmy Page after the game.
Just tell me what was going through your mind in the fourth quarter of the game.
We don't quit, man. This is not the first time we've been in this situation. We've been down to halftime before, man. This team we got, we never stop fighting, and that's all we preach always. Don't stop fighting.
And Jimmy, you came up big here with a couple big tray balls in the overtime. Just tell me what was running through your mind as well.
Well, we take it one game at a time. We had a couple of our key players getting in foul trouble. So being me and Aaron being seniors, we had to step up.
Jason Braswell, I'm here at Coolidge High School in Washington, D.C. at the nation's capital Hoops Classic here. And we've had a fun-packed day, 5 great games, all went down to the wire. And for all the content, you can look at MyMindOnSports.com for the recap.